Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you my New Year's look, I guess. Let me show you my outfit. So this is just like a basic graphic tee that I thrifted. This belt is from Target. And then this flowy number is also from Savers. Enough talking, let's just get right into the video. Like with all my looks, I'm going to be priming my face first. Using the Touch and Soul No Pore Bloom Primer. Just one pump of that on the T-zone, like forehead, nose, and then the sides of my nose. And if I have extra, which I kind of rarely do, put on my chin. And then rub that in. I don't really do anything for New Year. Gonna take some of the e.l.f. matte putty primer and just put that all over my face, and then take a little bit more, put on my eyelid as like a primer sort of thing. I'm gonna be taking my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Look how low I am on that. And just put it on my blemishes. New Year's in general isn't all that glamorous or interesting as people say it is. Like, it's just another day. Like, I guess it's supposed to be a celebration, like we lived another year, or like to celebrate life and stuff like that. Especially now with like COVID going on, I get why people are so excited to be like moving on and like hoping for better things in the next year. But like the whole aspect of like New Year's resolutions, I kind of hate that. Like, if you want to do something, do it like right then and there. Say like, okay, I'm gonna start working out. It doesn't matter what day of the year you work out, it's all gonna be the same. Work out when you feel like motivated to work out. Sure, if that's like New Year's, then that's fine. If you have never felt motivated to work out throughout the year, what makes you think that you're going to be willing to work out now for the New Year's, you know? I think if you are going to make goals for yourself for like New Year's resolution, to keep them realistic to like your behavior and stuff like that. With college, I've never really, at least right now, never felt the need to like make friends, I guess. I know that like making friends do help, like whether in your future or just to like get through the college life, because it is very hectic. Like, I just think friends will come whenever. Like, I'm not gonna force myself to talk to anyone just in the hopes of making friends, you know? But like, maybe I'm using that as excuse for why I don't have any friends. I have friends that have came with me to college because they're my roommates and suite mates. I'd rather have a small group of friends that I would stay in contact with for years rather than drop them automatically when our class ends, or like we stop having the same class together. Right now I'm friends with a couple of people in like my dorm, or like where I live, like the whole building. If you would have told me in the beginning of the year that I'll be friends with some of the people that I am friends with now, like I would have been like, you're crazy. Cause like, I hate to admit it because it's like such a bad trait, but like I did judge them at first. We have some like kind of foreign exchange students. They just looked intimidating. But now they're chill, we talk. I'm kind of like a blunt person, so I legit went up to their face and told them like, hey, yeah, I didn't really like you at first because of this and this reason. One of them was just so stupid. One of the reasons why I didn't like them was literally because of their accent. I found out about myself that I don't like accents of any sort, and my friends always like, that's crazy because you have an accent. It's like, well, is that because I secretly hate myself? Not really a secret, but it's fine. One of the friends I am friends with now is like from a different country, so he has like kind of like an accent. I just think accents are so weird. Like, it's not even his accent is that strong either. It's really not, and I don't know why I'm so appalled by it. There's a British person in my place, and he also has a very thick accent, unlike this person I'm talking about. This person, when I first met him, like the first thought that came into my mind was like, what noise would he make when I punch him? I just thought of something like, oi mate. He's not even from like Australia. I don't know why I thought that, but I told him that, and he was like, you can punch me and see what noise I make, I guess. I was like, dope. yeah, let me punch you. And he kind of joked and be like, oh, I mate, because I told him about that part. So funny guy, but I guess I just don't like accents. Just kind of odd, because you like, doesn't everyone, like every girl, like go obsess over accents? I've lived in Kansas for so long that like I'm so used to like the way that people talk here. So when I hear something new, like from exchange students, and they don't sound like us, I guess that's what like freaked me out. I just put like a brown shadow down. Then I'm gonna go in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Cashmere and just put it all over like the inner portion of this to really like make things very golden. Kind of just put it all over my lid. Kind of, you know, New Year's, when you think of New Year's, you think of sparkle, like pizzazz stuff. Pizzazz. And I'm gonna use my fingers to just kind of blend and like tap it out. Use a smaller brush and go back in with that brown shade and just put it all over my bottom lash line. I don't know, my makeup style has always been like very simple, but like I've just gotten more dramatic with my eye looks. Like sometimes when I would walk downstairs wearing some of my more dramatic eye looks, like my mom would point it out and be like, you look like a panda. Why do you have panda eyes? Because I used to just put like straight up black in my lash line where I go downstairs, and then my like cheeks are very rosy. Then my mom would be like, you look like the baboon's bottom. I'm like, thanks mom, thanks a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. shadow and just go in with that blue right there on this little brush. It's not really a liner brush, but I'm use it as a liner brush. Just do a quick liner. There's that liner, but I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because it's New Year's, so we're gonna go more extravagant. Oh my god, let me tell you about this like freaking movie that I watched. I watched Midnight Sun, and it has Bella Thorne in it. People often compare it to Everything, but it's like nothing like it. It's so much better, and I'd never expected like me to like a film that like Bella Thorne is in. It's about this girl who has XP, where it's like a skin disorder where like she can't go outside in any way. She might get like skin cancer, she can die. So she can only do things at nighttime. And one day she goes to the train station to perform her songs like typical. She has this neighbor who she's been watching over her window for like a while now, because since she can't go outside, the only thing she can do is just to like admire the outside from afar, from like the safety of her own home. This neighbor boy skates past her window every single day to get to practice, and like he never notices her because, you know, she's up in like the second floor building. This day, when she's playing in the train station, she and the boy meet because the boy was leaving a party at that time, and he overhears her playing this song that like, because she's a singer, she plays this song, he hears it, and he basically immediately falls in love with her. It's like love at first sight basically. And he goes up to her to say hi and stuff like that, but you know, she already knows him, so like she's shy already because she's basically like already in love with him. She kind of just runs away. Then she accidentally left a notebook where it's basically like a diary but with song lyrics, and he finds it. Like, oh my god, it belongs to that girl. Did you see that? That's like the first time I'm doing like a kind of like a more graphic eyeliner look, and I kind of am digging it. Considering this is my first time, I'm doing a good job. Anyways, going back to the story. She is hanging out with her friend the next day when she realizes that her notebook is not with her, and she tells her friend to go get it for her inside the train station, and it's morning so she can't go out. When the friend gets there, the friend sees him with the notebook, and the friend's like, okay, you have it. Now you can give it to me. It's like, well, why would I give it to you when you can just tell me where she lives and I can give it to her? Friend's like, okay, fine, let's compromise. She rings up her friend again and tells her that, yo, I have the book. She really had to go somewhere, so like I left it at the frame place with the person that was running it. So she's like, okay, fine. And then at nighttime she goes to retrieve the book, but she's met with like the dude. She's like, oh my gosh. She calls up her friend and was like, why did you do this? I'm in pajamas. I'm in sweatpants. I look gross right now. Why'd you do this? And her friend's like, you need to talk to him. He likes you. Just go talk to him. She finally gets up the nerve to talk to him. So she goes over and says like, okay, thank you for having the book. And then she kind of takes it, and then they have like a weird, awkward interaction. Well, they already like each other, but they start actually hanging out at nighttime strictly. And then, I don't know if I can tell you this without spoiling everything. It's actually a really good movie. It's just like a love story, and it's one of the best I've seen. Like, Bella Thorne's acting is like actually top tier in this. I loved her character so much. I really bonded with like the couple. It had me crying, bro. I don't cry that often. It had me like full on sobbing. I was Snapchatting my boyfriend. I was like, I can't believe I'm crying over a freaking movie that Bella Thorne is in. When you think of Bella Thorne, you can't think of these like roles where she is not crazy. It's a good movie. I suggest you watch it. I'm gonna stop there because if I go any further, I'm gonna ruin it. You're just gonna have to figure out the rest. Like, it's not gonna be revealed that like her disease is fake or anything, like everything did. I don't know. I think that whole situation was just a cop-out where like they just wanted a happy ending. Every time I just inhale it so much. Oh my god. That was what I've been doing yesterday. And I've been like kind of been into movies more. I hated movies before because it was just like so long and for what? So now I've been getting into movies. Yesterday I watched Midnight Sun, which is what I just explained. And I was about to watch Titanic, but I did not remember it to be like that long. 3 hours. How did I sit through that as a child? And then this like cheesy Christmas movie, it was so boring. It was like, the concept was just kind of stupid. It's like such a boring concept where it's like a cook, international, like such like a reality TV show cook comes to stay at this resort to find the ornament that like his parents were hanging up at this like small family owned place. And then while he's there, he gets a job in the same place as the main like lead female role. And the lead female role's backstory is that she had a job that like completely failed, so she is back home now, and they meet. She's the manager of the restaurant that he is working at. It's like almost like an instant attraction. There was also almost like no lead up to the romance, which is very annoying. I want to see some sort of lead up. Like, all you see as the lead up, I guess, is that they are bonding because like she helped him out during dinner service or something because it was so hectic. Well, it's like, I mean, it's her job, so I hope she helped. Like, I hope that she didn't just like sit around on her ass and just did nothing. After the rush of like this dinner service, she is like swamped still with work, and she's just staying late. He's also staying late because of God knows why. And he offers to make food, but then she's like, no, let me. And then he gets impressed by her being able to cook. Her car is broken and offers to give her a lift. When he drops her off, they kiss in the car, which is like, ooh, kissing. He's like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if you watched the show, basically implying that she only wants to be with him because he's famous. So she gets mad and storms back inside to her house. The next day, it's all awkward between them. He says, I'm sorry, let me cook you dinner. She agrees. To which they go have dinner and they're all good again. We find out that she has this little business deal going on with family-owned lodge where they would taking over and renovating it to become like its old glory, a better version of the hotel that they have now, or like the resort that they have now. She has like a good connection with like the family that owns it, so the boss takes her to like go there and basically talk them up. The boss also says that like if this deal goes through, she will be able to run a restaurant up in New York. She would own it, which is like her dream and everything. So she's like, oh my god, yes. So she tells the dude's like, be careful because I've heard some things about him that's not so good. Then she gets mad because like, I'm so happy about this, why did you have to ruin my happiness? Or something like that. The dude was like, look, I didn't mean it that way, it's just like, be careful, you know. Her and her friend go out to get a drink, and then her boss calls her up and says like, hey, I forgot about a contract that I left at work, can you pick it up for me because I'm kind of busy, because his wife basically left the kids at his house. So she's like, okay, I'll go get it. And when she goes to get it, her friend also comes along with her boyfriend, because like they're both drunk, so they need a designated driver, which is friend's boyfriend, I mean fiance, because they just got engaged. So they go to the office. The friend is nosy and pries open a drawer, and she also finds like a manila folder, and when she opens it, she's like, oh, it's just some parking lots. The girl's like, what do you mean parking lots? Let me see that. Then she sees it and it's like, this can't be true. And we later find out that the boss is not telling her the truth, and that he was only using her to get closer to like the family that owns like the resort, so he can take it over and make into like basically like condos and like houses and stuff like that, basically demolishing it and creating something new. And she gets mad at the boss, says that she quits. Her car breaks down again outside of his house, and then like the main male lead comes over to her rescue and says like, hey, you want to hop into my car? And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. He tells her about the real reason why he's here. She's like, oh, okay. Doesn't apologize for basically mistrusting him for no reason, but you know, it's fine because she's the main female lead, right? The guy has like a surprise for him. He goes over the family-owned resort and shows her the ornament which he has found. Basically ask her to help him put it up on the tree, and she's like, oh my god, this is like the best surprise ever, thank you so much. He's like, oh no, that's not a surprise. He basically tells her that the family-owned resort, which like the people that she's very close with, she will be taking that over because they're willing to sell this place, but only to her, and she's going to be able to run it. She starts crying, they're all crying, then they hug, kiss, blah blah, story's over. It's just so boring. I'm basically boring myself by talking about it again. Like, can you not make it more interesting? Maybe like a love haters to lovers storyline, or like when they introduced the boss, I thought he was going to be like not three-way. Oh my god, what is that thing? I forgot, when it's like two people are in love with the same person, that kind of deal. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, who is she gonna choose? But no, nope. It's always been the same guy, and it was just a boring watch the whole way through. I only watched it because I knew like the main actress and I liked her. She does a lot of these Christmas movies, but like she's actually a good actress. I know because she was in Shadowhunters, which is one of my favorite shows. I'll be doing a video analysis coming up soon. I don't know when it's going to be posted, but it will be. So I like her in Shadowhunters because of like she plays kind of like an evil person there, and I saw her, I was like, oh, I know her, I like her. So I watched it. Her character is fine and all, but it's just so boring. I just realized the whole time I didn't really explain what I was doing. You can watch like any of my previous makeup looks and stuff like that, and I basically do the same thing in those looks as I do here. The only difference about this look is that I did something new with my eyeliner, and it's just that I went up like that. But you can find like it's just pretty easy. You just make the liner first, and then you just drag it across. Very easy. Lastly, I'm just gonna set my face because this look is basically done. Set my T-zone, make sure that it's not like going to be oily anytime soon. It does look like matte now, but it will definitely get oily later. So I want to prevent that as much as possible. So I'm gonna set my face with a whole lot of powder. And that's the New Year's look that I'll be wearing on New Year's. I just realized the liners are not at all the same. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, all of that, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.